Hello everyone and welcome to another video, and today's video is about, well, actually it's the second of today's videos, but who's really counting other than me? Anyway, today we're going to talk about the enhancements that happened on the Japanese side, because this was an interesting maintenance. They've supposedly fixed chain damaging. Thank you, Lord. Although I don't really believe in you. Anyway. That's not important. What is important is the units who did get buffed. So Miyuki, Yuri, Steiner, Kaeda, and Uga all got enhanced, and they're all below 4-star or below 5 stars. So we're not going to talk about them because I really don't have that much time, and unfortunately, really, they're not cutting it, and they weren't that big of units to begin with. So we're just going to move on to the really big stuff. Maybe. Oh, that's still that. Anyway. So let's talk about Jiraiya, shall we? Jiraiya is a unit that I've never had, and okay, that's Beatrix, just to get you warmed up for... No, that's Vincent, game. Unfortunately, my mouse broke too, so this has not been a particularly good 24 hours for me. Also, my phone broke, but that's another story. So let's talk about Jiraiya's enhancements. Well, his hybrid's attacks, both thunder and fire, got enhanced to up to a 600% that grant an ability for one turn, which is a 1560% 7-hit dark hybrid attack. That also debuffs dark resistance. Ooh, interesting. Jiraiya is not the worst unit. I actually think he's okay. And he has been used to an astoundingly good event in some recent videos with his limit burst. Unfortunately, none of these improve his limit burst, so we're going to keep moving. Also, his other ability that got up was an auto use ability, which now evades 3 attacks for 3 turns, and at the start of battle when he is revived. So at the start of battle and when he's revived. Plus he gives an extra 20% to attack and magic. Good, he's a hybrid unit. Moving on. But the other thing that got upped was his attack and magic when equipped with a katana, which went up by 90%. So a fairly big increase. However, it's also incredibly expensive at 1,000,000 gil per increase. He's not cheap. He's not. But Jiraiya has been used particularly interesting in a lot of trials recently, so at least the, no, that's Fire Veritas. At least he's potentially interesting. He's not boring me, and I have to give that some credit. And now, next up is Aiko, and who doesn't love our little tiny summoner? Well, let's take a look at what she got. First of all, the big disappointment to me. Her increase in summon damage went up a whole 10%. Doesn't make up for the fact that she essentially has to use her TMR to get a big boost in summon damage, which takes away from her equipment possibilities. 10% wasn't enough. I think she can be outclassed by other summoners. That pretty much puts the nail in that coffin. Also, from her ability, she also gets 1 to 2 Esper Crystals naturally per turn. That's actually pretty nice, really. I kind of quite like that. As for her 70% ailment resistance, she also gets an extra 20% to all elemental resistance. No complaints. I don't think it's quite worth the price tag that they put on it, but fine. Alum definitely made these ones particularly expensive at 1,000,000 gil each for the summon gauge increase, which and 1,000,000 combined to get the 20% element resistance. Am I missing something? Is Aiko really that amazing? Probably not. Her HP heal goes up to a 2,500 HP heal with a 16 times mod, so just a better heal in general. Also, it fills the limit, or the summon gauge, 2 to 4 Esper crystals, as opposed to 1 to 3 before. But again, it's another 2 million gil, and where the hell does Alum think I'm getting all this money from? Seriously. Next up is her limit burst fill rate, and this one I think is better, also because it's cheaper. First of all, increasing it 2 times will give you a 200% limit burst fill rate. That's a lot better than 100% fill rate, and it fills the gauge 2 to 4 Esper crystals. Okay, so Aiko might be a decent support. She still falls behind for not having any summon attacks. Why the hell doesn't she have Medine? Fuck you, Alum. Anyway. And last but not least, the unit I started with that now I'm ending with. There she is. Beatrix. Beatrix is, I believe, quite possibly the best. Also because she just has a massive list of frickin' abilities. So let's start with the one I think is pretty awesome. First of all, 60% attack and magic when equipped with a sword, plus 60% attack and magic when equipped with a great sword, plus 30% to MP. First of all, the MP increase is just great. Both of these are worth 1 million gil, and I think they could potentially just be worth it. Because if you equip both a sword and a great sword, that's 120% for each. I think we might be changing how we feel about Beatrix in the near future. Seriously. Other than that, one of her big chaining abilities, the one that if you used an ability the previous turn, you get a little bit of a boost. Right now, with using the ability last turn, it now becomes a 750% 10-hit physical attack with a 4-turn minus 120% to light resistance. Otherwise, it's a 470% single target 10-hit physical attack with 4-turn 60% light resistance. 120% light resistance. 120% light debuff. Holy crap. All hail the queen of light debuffing. This is definitely potentially really worth it. Who that 10-hit attack? I believe I've heard a few. Wasn't it Sephiroth or Tifa who had some 10-hit attacks? Between the two of those, Beatrix might just be amazing. She might just be amazing. But other than that, what else did she get? Well, I'm glad you asked. First of all, another one of her abilities goes up to a, if used a different ability the last turn, you kind of see how this is going, a 500% AoE one-hit physical attack, 4-turn minus 70% to defense and spirit debuff. Otherwise, it's just basically a lower AoE that debuffs for 50%. But damn, girl, is that 70% debuff nice? That is really freaking nice. And the 120% light, you can do a lot of damage with a good light greatsword. Plus her limit burst. We'll get there. We'll get there. Her other ability that gets enhanced is her other break one. If used last turn, it becomes a 740% single target one-hit physical attack that ignores 50% defense, so that's a big increase. That's a 1400% attack. That debuffs attack and magic 70%. Otherwise, same idea. Minus 50, only 50% for 3 turns. It's very interesting. This girl is very interesting since she became a 7-star. Not only does she become a lot better, she actually just is kind of awesome. She's an expensive one, though, to increase, as all of those abilities cost 1 million, except for the one of them, which only cost 1 million combined. She is an expensive price tag, but honestly, I think that she's better than I thought she was. For a while I thought she is pretty, fairly decent, but this might be the part where she starts becoming just considerably better. I'm not entirely sure about some things in her kit. I'm not quite sure about some things in her kit, but also at the same time, given the fact that she also got in her 7-star, again, if that one ability was used last turn, use a 4200% single target one-hit light hybrid attack. I really like Beatrix. I think she's the big winner of this one. In general, she just kind of has this really awesome kit that has a lot and gets really big boosts in defense and even a light defense or light debuff. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say other than she's really good. Look at enhancing her. She's expensive though, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, basically, all in all, pretty damn good. Where is that ability? Oh, it's her cooldown ability. It's available on 2 turns, so it's a little bit costly, but it might be alright. Self-dispel debuffs and self-fill 20 limit burst crystals, which is pretty much her limit burst. Yes, so that's all for now. I hope you have enjoyed it. Beatrix, who would have thought? She ended up being just better than okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. See you all in the next video.